Good evening and welcome to the Drive at 5 on intellectualradio.com/iHeart radio station. I'm your host, Roman. We have a terrific show planned for you today. Don't forget to stay tuned to intellectualradio.com/iHeart radio station for Warriors Talk with my girl, Rochelle, right after the drive at 6 p.m. Well, I'm flying solo today because you know what? I have to get some stuff off my chest. And I also want to hear from you. So give me a call at 708-223-8953. The number again is 708-223-8953. Okay, it's a lot to get into. And I don't know where to start. I just don't know where to start because I just don't understand when you look up white privilege, it should be a picture of Donald Trump right there, smack dab right there. The reason that I am saying that is because this man has gotten away with so much, and people think it's funny. And a lot of people would say it's entertainment. It's not entertainment, it's real life. Just like some women that I talk to think that housewives of Atlanta is for real. And I'm like, are you kidding me? People think what's on television is like cartoons. You Bugs Bunny, he goes under the hole and it comes back up and throws explosives at whomever, and guess what? He comes back for another episode. Same thing with the Road Runner and Wally Coyote. Same thing. He goes me boom, right? Chase him. No matter what Wally Coyote does, he gets hit by boulders of rocks, whatever you call it. And he comes back at another episode. Not a single scratch. None of them. Elmer Fudd tries to hunt rabbit. I'm hunting rabbit. He's hunting rabbits, right? And guess what? Bugs Bunny would put his fingers in a barrel and when he shoots it backfires and his head explodes. But folks, what's going to happen in a couple of days is not cartoons. It's not Desperate Housewives. This is some real sugar honey iced tea. This is some real stuff. And I don't know about you, but black people, we got to get ready because we don't know what this man might do. We got to get ready because he has the power. And I hate to say this because it reminds me when I teach, say power, everybody. Power. And that power is called the executive order. And that executive order don't go away until he goes away. A lot of people say, well, there's really nothing. It's the House and the Senate. No, you got to understand, he can control the purse strings. Why you think people in California is scared to death? Why you think Biden said, I'm going to fund you guys for 6 months? I don't know what the hell he going to do. Why you think he did that? Because nobody knows. Trump is unpredictable. And he's been like that since day one, since his first term. Remember, he said he's going to lock up the Hispanics. He's going to lock them up. He's going to throw away the key and ship them back to Mexico. That's what he said. He's going to ship them back to Mexico. Now he's saying, maybe the mean ones. We don't know which Trump we're going to get. He's almost bipolar. Matter of fact, Trump is bipolar. We don't know what we're going to get with him. He's already talking about cutting SNAP benefits. He's already talking about cutting Medicaid. He's already talking about Social Security. He's already talking about these things. And people, especially our people, and I'm not saying majority, I'm saying, let's say 1 or 2%. 1 or 2% of those people who talk, Trump can't do no wrong, that's us, really, really need a dose of reality. Because it's going to affect the Black community, whether we like it or not. It's going to affect us. It's going to affect housing. It's going to affect our money. I mean, there was a situation where they said eggs shot up to $4. Eggs shot up to $4. And you're telling me a cock-a-doodle-doo lays an egg that's worth almost $5 to $6? That's price gouging. And a lot of people say it's inflation. And I keep on saying, none of you guys don't watch MSNBC. None of you guys watch CNBC. Nobody don't watch the Business Channel. And I keep on saying, and the business people, where is the inflation? Where is the inflation? We've been hoodwinked by the Republican Party. We've been bamboozled, flim-flammed, shot amuck, whatever you call it. Do you really want to know what we're going to get on January 20th? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to tell you. But I will tell you this much. I do know for some people that thinks it's a joke, a he, a ha, like the reality television. They think it's a joke. It's not real to them until it happens to them. I just want to remind you of this story. Remember this boy, and it was this story. Everyone tells this story about this boy that cried wolf. And when he cried wolf, he will freak out the town. He cried wolf every single time. There's a wolf, help, 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 there's a wolf. Get in the house. There's a wolf. Help, 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 help. And people were scary, scattering all over the place, screaming, and then he started laughing, and he did it several times. But when it really happened, people did not believe him. People did not go into their homes. Even though he said, I'm serious, I'm serious, I'm serious. Go in the house. The wolf, the wolf, the wolf is coming. Well, let me tell you, the Republican Party has been screaming, the wolf, the wolf, the wolf. Where is the wolf? Only thing I see is the Republican Party needs to look in the mirror at themselves because there are the wolves and they're going to eat us alive. People have forgotten about the pandemic. If it wasn't for the Democratic Party putting those checks and balances in place, some of us would not be alive today. But we don't want to get Biden credit for helping us out of that pandemic. Free shots, no matter how you look at the vaccines, you didn't have to take them. But I understand some businesses, federal, state, because you deal with people. And with the pandemic, we really didn't know what we was in for. So he goes on the press conference, meaning Donald Trump, and said, well, maybe we should inject ourselves with bleach and it will clear it up. It will clear it up, right? It will clear it up. And guess what, folks? People actually did it. Words matter, especially if you're a high-end official. You look at the norovirus that is out. Coronavirus is still out there. People are getting sick. People are still like, what the hell am I got? I don't know. They're coughing, they're hacking, and they don't know. And I'm saying to myself, is this going to be part 2 of a pandemic? What about people who lost their jobs? And need a helping hand. There are people out there that can't afford to be sick. And guess what? They're still trying to get up and go, but they know they can't. They will lose money. There are people out there that lives check to check. And I sit there and I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that Donald Trump, he got his vaccination, but he's telling other people, "Oh, the vaccination is wrong, is filled with poison," all that stuff, right? That's what he's saying. But he took the shot. Well, because I have to, I'm the president of the United States. That's bull crap. Look this up. The best health care in America, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. You want to know why your elected officials don't want to go away? Because they receive good benefits, good health benefits, good dental. If something happens, they take their ass to Walter Reed Hospital. Now, that's a good hospital right there. While everybody else go to Cook County. Not saying Cook County is a bad hospital, but you have your senators, you have your House of Representatives, you have your state senators, you have your state House of Representatives, then you have the President of the United States. And boy, if you're the president, you got some real good health coverage that you pay for. You pay for. A lot of people have said that, and I'm going somewhere with this rant. A lot of people have said about Trump pardoning the January 6th. And it brings me back to my point that majority was white. And they tore some mess up at the Capitol. However, when we got upset with George Floyd, hoses, police billy clubbing people, it goes on, and it reminds you of the days of Dr. King. And you look at January 6th, and some people were saying, oh, they're white. They're not going to harm us. They're white people. Yeah, right. You got to understand that we are living in an unequilibrium society. It's not equal. It's far from equal, everybody. It is. No matter how you look at it, a lot of people say it's equal, it's fair. And when I hear nobody can't tell me that the justice system is equal anymore. No one can tell me that this man have gotten away with scamming people, ripping people off, taking away homes from people. Look it up. Money laundering. The list goes on and on and on. And basically, he said this the first time he ran. I can kill somebody, shoot somebody at Times Square and get away with it. And people was laughing like it was a joke. Like we're in a cartoon. And you're telling me you're not upset about what's going to transpire. People have a right to their opinion. They have a right to an opinion. They really do. But sometimes I'm like, black people need to wake up. You need to wake the hell up. You know, instead of going on TikTok, read a damn newspaper for once. Read what's going on. Climate change is real. I've never seen anything like what's going on in California. And the news media needs to stop scaring the hell out of people, calling this the apocalypse. It's not. A lot of people saying, how in the hell this started? I don't know. But I will tell you this much. It's unusual. I will tell you this much, that Biden made the right decision to give California whatever they need for the next 6 months. This man has claimed he's going to cut FEMA. FEMA. And I don't know about you, but whether you disagree with FEMA handling emergencies or not, he said he's going to cut FEMA. He said he's going to cut the federal emergency assistance. I I I don't know why. This man has played chess and cheated his way throughout the chess game to win. Remember, your mom, your dad, your uncle always told you to watch out for people that will do whatever it takes to win. Whatever it takes to get power. Whatever it takes. Those are the people you got to look at. Those are the people that you should stay away from. And Trump is one of them. Bipolar Trump. He will say anything. I called him a demigod on my show. I called him a dictator on his show. This man have literally said he's going to take over Greenland. Greenland didn't do anything to you. Panama didn't do anything to you. But you want to start some mess. But one of the things that Donald Trump have forgotten is their NATO. He wants US to get away from NATO, right? Therefore, when Greenland, if he starts a mess, all the other countries gonna get in it. Panama, part of NATO. Part of NATO. You start some mess. This man have even said publicly he will use military force. If you don't think that's a damn dictator, I don't know what is. Maya Angelou have said this over and over and over again. When someone acts, behaves, and do something wrong to you, believe them. Believe them. It is sad that our next president is Donald Trump. I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll go to the liquor store again and buy some Night Train and do a drinking game while watching the inauguration. I want the Black community to understand. Let's have an understanding, intellectual family. Let's have an understanding for once. We can agree to disagree, but this is some mess. This is a mess. People said, well, we survived the first Trump administration. Barely. Barely. I feel for the Black farmers. I feel for the Black educators. I feel for the people that's bringing us valuable information is going to be shut down by Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and all the rest of them say what the hell you want. Say what you want. But I have said something. I will go down for it. I cannot believe that Donald Trump got away with the insurrection. I cannot believe that Donald Trump has gotten away with scamming people. I cannot believe that people would sit there and think what he said is a joke. This is not Def Comedy Jam. This is real life. And people got to understand this is not a cartoon. This is not hee hee ha ha time. It's time for us to get serious. It's time for us to be aware. Dr. Martin Luther King and his birthday is coming up on the same day of this guy's inauguration. And he said this to Andrew Young, former senator. He said this to him before his passing. I think I led my people to a pit of fire, a burning house. That's what Dr. King said because he strongly believed in segregation. And he realized that wasn't necessarily the answer. And it wasn't the answer. I remember when the Reconstruction era, before the Reconstruction era, there was the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln basically said that he's going to free the slaves on September 16th. 1862. While us black folks sit here and say that every single year that we celebrate January 1st and we say Happy New Year. The story goes when the Reconstruction era, and I'm going to rewind back a little bit to tell you this story because how crucial it is now. And it's crucial because it's our history. If anything that we don't fight for, we need to fight for our damn history. It's important to teach your children about Dr. King. It's important to teach your kid about Jesse Jackson. Whether you agree or disagree, it's important. It's important to teach them about Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. It's important to teach them. And the reason why is because we have racist DeSantis in Florida erasing our black history. And call it woke. And he doesn't know the definition of woke. The story goes, before the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln basically said to the South, just like now, to the South, hey, I have executive power. I can free the slaves if I want to. The South said, we don't care. We're the South. We can do whatever we want to. He said, oh, yeah? And they said, yeah. At that point in time, Abraham Lincoln was smart and said, I need some Negro troops. He sent the cavalry. He sent the cavalry to plantations, and not to the plantations, but to the black community, to these churches. And they said, tell the enslaved people we want them to fight in the Civil War. You know how we get when it first come about. They said, I ain't fighting no war. Who in the hell is Lincoln? Can't tell me what to damn do. I'm already enslaved. What, I'm going to die? Well, it didn't work out going directly to the enslaved people or the unenslaved people. It didn't go well. They went back to Abraham Lincoln and he said, go to the ministers. When he went to the ministers basically said, because us black folks listen to our ministers, listen to our pastors, our reverends, our apostles. We listen to them. And that's what Abraham Lincoln said. Go to them. They went to him and they said, we'll talk to him. But what black people will get out of the deal? They said, we'll give you money. They said, before we decide anything, Give us 48 hours and we'll have a decision of what we want in return for fighting in the Civil War. They came back and they said, we don't want your money, white man. We want land. We want land to till, to put seeds in the ground, to take care of ourselves, and don't rely on the white people. And guess what? They said, all right. Now, a lot of people say this is the Republican Party. Did the Republican Party free the slaves? Yeah, you can say that, but then again, you can't say that. Because there was a little other party. Remember back during the Bush administration, they had the Republican Tea Party? Well, that's those same individuals right there that helped free the slaves. It wasn't the Republican Party, it was those associated members that freed, that put pressure on Abraham Lincoln, that put pressure on Abraham Lincoln to give them land. Abraham Lincoln, in his document, did not want to give them land, but he gave them land. 400,000 acres of land. So and that's how you got 40 acres in a mule. That's how come you got that. Then, when Andrew Johnson, one of the racist presidents known to man, got impeached, he's the one that basically, when Abraham Lincoln got assassinated, said, take back the land. Take back that land. White people are higher than a Negro. They're one fifth or 1/3 or of a person or something along those lines. They're not real people. They're 1/5 of a person or 1/3 of a person, he says. And he created the Black Code. The Black Code. The Black Code, which turned into the Black Law, which turned into the Jim Crow law. You go back in the Jim Crow era, it lasted for a very long time. And we still got to remember in 1968 was the document that was signed to end Jim Crow. The same year that Dr. King passed away. In that in between, you have the Ku Klux Klan. The Klan basically said, make America great again. how they got that theme, because at at that time of the Reconstruction era, blacks were senators, House of Representatives. They said our world will end if Negroes become president. That proves to be false. Our world will be in total disaster. Big lips, big eyes, eating watermelon, fried chicken, lazy, all of that stuff. Then you have Donald Trump's father, who was a known Ku Klux Klanman, and amongst that era. And I'm not just speaking out of term. You can look this up, what I'm telling you. You can look this up, what I'm saying to you. You can look this up. You can go to the library. You can Google it. And it shows right there that Donald Trump's father, mother, all was associated with the Ku Klux Klan. Make America Great Again was the anthem and the theme of the KKK. Look it up. Make America Great Again was the theme of Ronald Reagan. And I don't care what nobody says, I'm not a Reagan fan. Look up what Ronald Reagan has done to the black community. The first bombing on U.S. soil was in a black community in Philadelphia in 1985. Under his administration. Let's go forward now. Let's go forward. The drugs in the community, Oliver North. Don't do that again, Oliver North, bringing drugs to the black community. He's not in jail. He should be. When you look up white privilege, you will see Donald Trump. And a lot of people sit there and say that I'm out of my mind. I'm speaking out of term. I'm speaking facts. I'm speaking facts, people. Maybe I can say I'm paraphrasing. It's not verbatim. But these are facts that I'm spitting out to you. That blacks got to be on alert. We got to teach our kids, our children, that it's important to learn about your history. Where did I come from? You sure in the hell didn't come from Little Wayne. You sure in the hell didn't come from Little John and all the other young baby. You didn't come from them. Know your roots. Know your heritage. I remember back in the day when Know Your Heritage was on. I remember back in the day that I would say, I isn't that what's her name? I go to school with her on television. Even though she got the answer wrong, but she was there. What happened to our culture? Because this is not it. Ancestry is important. Because we have a lot of people say Trump is not racist. Look at what he's doing. Look at his damn cabinet. It's white as the damn snow that's outside in Chicago. And if we didn't learn from that lesson, guess what? His interns, not one speck of ink spot was there. And you talk about he's for us. Give me a break. He's for us? He's not like us. I mean, it's funny how it works out that our black community needs to be on high alert because January 20th is Dr. King's birthday. January 20th is when we're going to have a known racist. He cares for the black people. He saved the historically black college. Give me a damn break, people. He didn't save the damn historically black colleges and university. Look it up. A lot of people say, well, Obama, dismantle it. No. Stop getting your news from Fox News. Stop getting your news from your best friend. Reading is fundamental. If you don't know, look it up. Instead of Googling it, go to academic Google. I keep on saying this over and over again. And it's heartbreaking at times. It really hurts me. It hurts me to see that our history has been erased. It hurts me that people need to get on the good foot, as James Brown would say, and start saying, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. And I keep on saying this. Sometimes it's not always good to share people your culture because this right here, this is us. This is us. I do not want to see somebody like Tom Brokaw doing this. I don't. That's ours. Other cultures have sacreds and symbols. This is our sacred. This is our symbol. And for people to sit there and say that Donald Trump is for black people, you got to have that understanding. You got to come to the realization that not all skin folks are kin folks. Not all skin folks are kin folks. When Andrew Johnson basically said, take the land back to black people and let them work because they're menial laborers. That's the damn term he got it from. That's the term he got it from. It means black jobs. Make them work black jobs, Andrew Johnson said. Make them work black jobs. Black jobs means menial labor. That's what it means. Menial labor. Stuff that white folks don't do. And a lot of people say, what is black jobs? Well, at the time, it was railroads serving white people, building up homes from the ground up for free, building a White House for free. Roads, all the stuff that you can name for free. Black jobs means menial labor. And it comes from the 1800s. And you don't think Trump doesn't know what the hell he's talking about? Know your history. You don't think he will say anything to get what he wants? He will do anything to get what he wants. But once a person is there, it's kind of like a female sitting there saying, oh, I got him next time. I got him next time. Watch. He already got it. So what you gonna do? Nothing. This guy got away. But I'll tell you one thing. You might get away in this lifetime. But there's this thing called the afterlife. And when God put a whooping on you, woo-wee. I remember a pastor said this. Which one you want? You want that man over there to whoop your ass, or you want God? Which ass whooping you want? And the guy said, I choose him to whoop my ass. Because God is going to put a serious hurting on me. Because once God takes away, he's going to take away everything. Everything, and reduce you to nothing. Because God always say, humble thyself or you shall be humbled. And this man has not been humbled. He hasn't been humbled. I don't know what to say. But I will say this. Be on alert. Hug your mom. Hug your dad. Because no one knows what's going to happen on January 21st. All these executive orders, what they're doing now, is just going to be plopped on his desk. And the only thing he's going to do is just sign. And all you Hispanics who voted for him and thought it was a joke, what's the old saying? You F around, now you're going to find out. Thank you, Black women, for saving our country. Thank you to some of the black men, majority of us, thank you, black men, who didn't fall for the shenanigans of Trump. But those who did is going to be like another Brandon Johnson. You effed around, now you're going to find out. You effed around, and now you're going to find out. I was going to tell you another story, but hey, I'm running out of time. That's my rant. Wanda's laughing at me. That's my rant for this Monday. You guys, I don't know what to tell you, but I will be here with you on Monday. And we're going to talk. And I feel like it's probably going to be another rant coming. So thanks to Earl Winfrey, who's behind the scenes. Wanda, our executive producer for today. You guys have a wonderful week.